Okay, this is the last one for today, at least for me. Waited till the end. Oh, yeah, that's it. So this is the Savage Scout Rifle in 450 Bushmaster. So it's got this gigantic muzzle brake on the end. It's got the hooded front sight, and there's my classic Tester's model paint. Even though that stuff wears out, I don't care. You can easily put it back on. It's got a peep sight on the rear, and it's got the AccuTrigger. So, oh, and a giant bolt. The AccuTrigger, I'm totally convinced those are awesome. You know, I have a Trophy Hunter XP and a 243 Youth model that I love. Those are a great design. Basically, you need to know that it's coming. I mean, it's another one of those where you concentrate hard and it fires. It's got the proper placement for a safety. The thing that's actually quite cool with these is it has, I can't remember, like it felt like a half a dozen of these things of cheek rests in variable heights. So if you put a scope on it or whatever, you could do that. And then the same thing with these spacers. It has a bunch of different spacers, so you could actually drop this down to where it's a youth model, you know, a size for a real compact or a small shooter. You'd have to wonder if you're letting a small shooter use a 450 Bushmaster. There's a lot of hyperbole around the kick of a 450 Bushmaster, but we grew up shooting 4570s, 375 H&H's, 300 Win Mags, so
444.
444. You've killed a bunch of deer with 444, and so I don't know. It's all relative. That's what we're here to find out for ourselves. Is where does it actually stack up as far as recoil? You never know. It's a variable with every muzzle brake. Those tend to work really good too, and I think they tend to kill your ears as well with all that high pressure gas going through the holes. But it'll be interesting. I don't think I'm going to buy a scout scope for this. Mostly I wanted to get good with the peep sight. I did my hunter safety when I was 12 with a peep sight on the 1022, a T-bolt, I mean, Browning T-bolt. So I love peep sights personally, but it's got a bit of rubberizing on the stock here, so you can get a good grip, even though the rest of this is pretty hard plastic.
Rubberizing up here.
Rubberizing where you need it. So yeah. I think Savage did a great job, you know, just conceptually with these, and then we'll have a look and see how they work. The other thing too, even though, so this is what's today, the 1st of May, where ammunition is just like hen's teeth. I actually did find 450 Bushmaster on the shelf. Not exactly cheap, but it is out there. And of all the rounds that are still available, these are 300 grainers. I love Federal generally. These are hollow points. And these are the Federal 260 grainers, fusions. My gut feel for big bores is just to go big, as heavy a slug. 4570, my favorite load there is a 405 jacketed soft point. I like the heavier bullets, so we'll see. A lot of people want to make these super performers, but they're a big slug. That's what they were designed for. So should it be the be-all end-all? I don't think so. It just needs to be what you want it to be, but you can kind of see the difference in the bullet profiles. But these are pretty large cartridges. They have that rebated casing, so I believe that's a 7.62 by 39 breech face. It is for the ARs, I know. I've got a couple of 50 Beowulfs, so it's a similar concept. Anyway, oh, and then the last thing on this, commentary-wise, is it came with a 5-shot mag. It's a bummer because they advertise these are all using 10-shot mags, and then it says in the small print, oh, except 50 Beowulf or 450 Bushmaster. So I actually had to buy these separately. They're not that expensive. They're P-mags, so they should run great. And I can't remember how many of these larger ones are supposed to hold. But as you can see here, 7.62 by 51. So that's theoretically compatible with these 450 Bushmasters. So let's, without any more gabbing, let's get into some shooting.
Need to put some good muffs.
All right, you're up first.
Oh boy, thanks.
That's okay. First shot's fired with this one. This is literally like out of the box.
Guess I'm not in all the way.
Okay. And there was 0 extra play in that magazine. 5 rounds is like squeaking it in. All right, you better scoot up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll try and stay out of the way of that concussion. Oh yeah, that's hard on the ears. Which target are you aiming at?
At top right. I was low. Uh-oh. The malfunction here.
I don't know. That's interesting. See if we can pull it back out.
Oop. Well, that was tight.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Okay.
Man, that is a punisher for a spectator.
That's good.
Come on, you did the 5.
Okay.
And these were the little ones, right? The 260s, so they're bound to be slightly more velocity. Well, the bang from a bystander's perspective is really a crusher. You can feel that thing slap your face, and I know that's the port. What is it from the receiver's end?
Actually, it's not too bad. My cheek kind of rests on there, so I feel that a little bit.
Where do you think it fits, like relative recoil?
It's way less than that 444.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad, really.
The 444 to me is a can of whoopee. It just really is a thumper. I've got that in the Winchester
I never
94.
had a recoil pad on that one either. So
No recoil
that
pads.
makes a big difference right there. Let's go
That's
down
true.
and look.
All right. All right.
I cringed on the last one, I think.
Yeah, hard to say. That one could be elongated. Not really sure. Yeah, but these are pretty good, you know, for a first shots
out
fired.
The box, that's pretty dang good.
You know, I'm inclined to give you like a 2-fer on that one, because these are all pretty close. I kind of doubt that you really like missed the whole cardboard. It's possible, but yeah. So anyway, this is it, and these were the 260 grainers. And it looks like you still have your shoulder. All right, let's do a little more. All right, I didn't load up 10. I don't want to waste them since they were like $2 a round, or actually more than that. Oh yeah, and check out that. That's pretty large lever. I mean, conceivably, I could see if you're out in the hills, you know, maybe some brush could flick that out, you know, if you're walking along. But it's easy to get to, and if you had a glove, it would still work fine. So we'll see. You know, some of that's just an academic argument.
Yeah.
Because if it was a big problem, I'm sure you'd have heard about it by now.
Well, use will give you the answer to that.
It's true. Real use. I'm going to take the bottom target. I think we'll know the difference. Oh.
Oh.
Huh. That could be me. I might have knocked it loose, but it could have been me not getting it seated again. Flint. It's knocking it loose.
Wow.
That's in, right? Maybe that's why they don't supply these with big mags. Interesting. Well, what I can tell you for sure is my cheekbone is bigger than yours, and I could barely see through that peephole. I had to like push my face down.
You ride on it pretty hard.
Oh yeah, I think I did
red.
more damage than the gun to kick in my face.
Might have to see about it changing the height of that one.
Yeah, it'll have to go lower, and maybe that's compelling reason to get a scope for it to give you that slight extra height. But I was looking at the top of the peep with the sight right at the top.
Oh.
I could barely get my face into it.
Let's go see how you did.
Otherwise, I'll put a lower cheek rest on there. All right. This is only at 25 yards, and that's only 5 rounds. Like I mentioned, you can tell the difference between the 22s we were shooting earlier. But that's it.
Nice group.
I could barely see it though. That was really a fight. Okay, so shooter impressions.
I think it's a good one. It's a little bit of a thumper, but not bad.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with it. You know, so far so good. Couple little glitches maybe with the mag. I think it was kicking itself out. Maybe that's why they don't actually sell them. Maybe they've learned that. Might be nice to reveal that little factoid. As far as being a thumper, when you're behind it, sure it kicks, but my arm's not broken. No. I think a good rifle slug kicks way more than that. So I'd say it's probably comparable to what, maybe a .6?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Something like that.
No, it wasn't bad.
The 444 Marlin kicks worse. You know, we've shot some 4570s that were really hot 405 grainers. Those were like really hard on your shoulder. And you know, probably good news to this, you'll never really appreciate probably how well this actually worked, but my shoulder's not sore. I mean, with the 444s we've had with their
5 rounds,
their token rubber butt plates, those things made your shoulder hurt and give you a bruise. But yeah, I think these are pretty incredible.
I think that's a good one.
I think we're going to hold off on the rest of this until we can get a bench and until I can adjust that comb. That cheek rest is just, it doesn't look like it should be too tall, but it sure felt like it. I hope that's not the low one, because otherwise I'd have a problem with that. And I don't know, they've got like big cheekbones.
The plant's just perfect on them.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, very good. Well, we'll try some more with these for sure. And I've enjoyed today.
Another excellent day out.
It is. All right, have a good one.